In many ways, she was the ideal woman. But she wasn't Jewish.
So I see that once again you're back to the addiction of the Chaim Amalek, and whatever he says in the chat room you're going to repeat.
Chaim Amalek.
And I want you to remember that our best show is when he wasn't showing up, and that's when you don't get bogged down with his stupidities. All right, so I've pointed that out to you, and I've pointed out to the viewers, the intelligent viewers watching the video, that Levi and me are pretty much the same, and his argument that my expectations are too high for people is no longer holds water, because he has the same high standard when it comes to himself in other areas. So in some areas he has the high bar, some I have it, and some I have the low bar, and some he has it, but we're basically the same. I kick them out of my life, he doesn't let them in to begin with.
You know what I like? I like women who wear power suits and high heels and talk to me about their work with good grammar and are articulate, and we're like behind doors, closed doors, and they're like talking to me about their level of expertise. Maybe they're a surgeon, or a doctor, or a novelist, or a photographer, or a writer, or a lawyer, or a banker, and they're dressed in their power outfit with high heels, and they're talking to me about literature or the Holocaust, and that just makes me so hot. I think you'd agree. Don't worry about the chat room, just listen to me.
Okay, alright, I hope you find that special someone.
Yeah, so all I want is a woman with good grammar, high heels, and power suits.
Okay. Alright, but again, we don't have high expectations.
No.
So if she showed up and she never held a job in her life, you know, and she was wearing, you know,
a power suit?
No, she was just wearing, you know,
a tracksuit.
No, you know, just
a mini skirt.
Not a mini skirt, just a regular furry skirt.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, tennis shoes or whatever, and just a t-shirt, and it said, like, you know...
I love Torah.
I love Torah. I love Levi shows every Sunday, you know, every Monday night.
Right.
You know, and nothing, you know, she never went to college, didn't have the best grammar. You would just, like, have nothing to do with it.
Is she hot?
So looks compensate for bad grammar. So the question comes to you: do big breasts compensate for bad grammar?
Well, as long as she's slim. I don't want like big breasts on a fatty. Just.
So is there like a matrix with grammar on one variable, and like on the other variable on the other side of this slope would be breast size or body size?
I believe that like talking about a woman's breast size is crass.
All right, let's just move on.
I'm interested in their personality and like if they've got a great personality and mediocre grammar, well,
Well, let's try this. Let's go to extremes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Really hot chick. I mean, smoking hot. Smoking hot chick. Let's see, which kind do you like? You like Persians, right?
I like Persians.
Okay, so
curvy. I like them curvy.
Okay, so you got a smoking hot Persian chick with nice tatas, like no waist whatsoever, shapely caboose. Yeah. She's wearing high heels and a business suit.
Yeah.
Right? She's a doctor.
Yeah.
For crying out loud, right?
Yeah.
She's got what am I talking about? She doesn't have This is, I'm blowing my head.
But she's got lousy grammar.
She's got lousy grammar, and she can only speak Farsi.
I would be willing to date her.
And she says,
Yata Papa. I don't know, I can't speak Farsi.
I gotta go smashy with the car. I don't know how to drive.
But she's smoking hot.
She's smoking hot.
I'd give her every break in the book.
Oh, so even if she had terrible grammar.
Yeah.
And she tries to type emails to you, and it's like, it's totally illegible.
Yeah, I'd still try to give her every break in the book, but I could never marry her. I could have sex with her, but I couldn't marry her.
Okay, I got news for you about Persian chicks. She's
Yeah.
not going to let you have sex with her. Okay?
Yeah.
Because she wants to see a ring first, okay? So that's number one. And number two is her parents are never going to let you marry her, so don't even think about it. I've already been down that road. Okay, so that's not happening. Okay.
At least I would have had sex with her before my conversion.
No, I don't think you would have. You need to date some Persian chicks. In
I love Persian chicks, but I've never been able to date any.
Yeah, it's not. They're not like American, especially one who's fresh off the boat. She's not gonna have sex until she gets married, baby. Just telling you. They're very modest over there. It's not gonna happen. Okay, next thing. Okay, I wanted to ask you a question. What do your parents think of you becoming a Jew? You didn't really go into it in your book into detail.
My mother, my sister, and my brother just wants me to be happy. My father wants me to be in heaven. And to be in heaven, I have to accept Jesus Christ. So it was a very bitter pill for my father.
So, but they speak to you and...
Yeah.
Do they respect what you're doing at all?
I'm kind of a hard person to respect. Like, I look homeless, I live in a...
Well, compared to the fact that you used to be involved with writing about porn.
Yeah.
How do they... do they consider that a step up?
They considered that unbelievably horrifying.
That you were involved in porn?
Yes.
I think I remember reading that part in your book. But so
it was like 100 times worse than converting to Judaism.
So then, converting to Judaism was a step up?
Well, they understood me as converting in 1993 when I did it with the Reform Beit Din. So.
Oh, okay.
So I told them about converting through the Orthodox Beit Din. My mother said, "Wow, a miracle of grace." They were surprised I got through.
Oh, they didn't think the Frumies were going to let you in?
No.
She must have had some conversation with some Frumies. she must have talked to people at Aisha Torah. Okay. So all right. So they're basically your mom's okay with it.
Yeah.
And your brother's okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, they want me to... My brother sent me an email the other day asking me, telling him what a great therapist I had.
Right.
He wrote back, "Here, I'm going to give you some free advice, and I'm not even going to charge you for this. You don't need therapy." He said, "Get a shave, get a haircut, and get a job." So that's kind of my brother's attitude right there.
Okay. And your sister, she's cool with you, right?
She'd like me to get a shave, get a haircut, and get a job.
So everything basically is not about your orthodoxy, it's about the fact that you've become like a nuzzer with this beard.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and I gave you a grief about it last week.
Exactly.
And people agreed with me. Did you see that?
Yes.
Your friends agreed with me on that. They don't even agree with me on anything.
Correct.
But they agreed with me on that.
Yeah.
I could find consensus on that one.
Yes.
That brought everybody together.
I was at Shabbat dinner, and the host said, "Oh, I thought you grew that beard as woman repellent."
Oh, that's below the belt, man. That's below the belt. They really said that?
I had a friend who was an Orthodox nudist.
Yeah, I saw your post about that.
You don't see that very often, do you?
Well, first of all, we don't use that term.
Well, you don't use that term.
Right. I don't know what that means. If you say from nudist, I would say, well, that doesn't really make sense. So I don't understand it.
Yeah, he didn't do it a lot, but I guess he was a nudist before he became frum, and then he couldn't completely give up, like lying in the meadow totally naked. And once or twice there were some complications when he was like staying by some Orthodox people. He like went out in the backyard or something, or went out in the field.
Okay, well he's badly misguided.
Yeah, so I think he's trying to get over it, but
he's misguided. He doesn't represent frumkeit.
So have you known any?
The only people I know that have ever like run around naked are these wacko Breslov people. I mean, they are just completely out of their mind. and it's like a thing that they do.